So here we are at the Spring Mountains Visitor Gateway. Let's go in and look around. Used to be a golf course, clubhouse. Kyle Canyon Road in that direction. Picnic areas. And then here's the visitor gateway. And that line of cliffs there is the escarpment. And there's a beautiful looped trail, the escarpment trail, that goes along the base of the cliffs and then rises above them and loops above the cliffs. So you can do a complete loop of the escarpment. Here are some maps. You can pause the video to see these. Let's circle around the outside and then head into the visitor center. Map of the Spring Mountains National Recreation Area. You can freeze this and then enlarge it to see all the different areas, places you can visit. And there's another really nice perspective of the escarpment. And you'll see some trails at the base of the escarpment. This is where the escarpment trail begins and ends. And then up the canyon wash is the Acastus Trail. Here's the amphitheater. And we saw this from above. Let's head around this way. And I see a aircraft propeller over here. I wonder if that's the C-54 that crashed on November 17th, 1955. We'll take a look. I'm sure there's some kind of interpretive sign that's going to describe what that propeller is. There's some interpretive signs you can freeze and read. Geological display on the cliffs and the caves. Some of the animal and insect life changes through the seasons. And then how plants are able to survive in such a dry environment. And again, this environment is basically an island in the midst of the Mojave Desert. Spring Mountains are an island. There's Harris Mountain, panning around. Let's go ahead and zoom in on these. Harris Mountain. Griffith Peak. And to the right of Griffith Peak is the south rim of Kyle Canyon, leading over to Charleston Peak, which is right up here. So let's go see what that propeller is about. This is indeed a memorial to those who lost their lives during the Cold War in that C-54 air crash. 14 people lost their lives. 1955. Little panel on the Cold War. Yes, this is the propeller. And if you look on the Charleston Peak page of Las Vegas Area Trails, you can see where the rest of the plane it remains up in the mountain to this day. So the C-54 plane was part of a U-2 spy program, and so secret that the families were not given the details of the crash for 4 decades. And the plane was headed from Burbank, California to Area 51. And here's a memorial to the 14 personnel who died in that C-54 crash. Okay, let's head into the visitor gateway now. And finally, there are a few shelters, picnic areas. Very beautiful complex. Here's a little timeline. Education building. And the pathway to the amphitheater we saw just a moment ago. And a group picnic area.